This is Becky from Studio Architects. In today's video, we'll be diving into the topic of permitted development and prior approval, explaining the key differences between the two. So, if you're a homeowner or a property developer looking to make changes to your property without going through the full planning process, this video is for you. Let's get started. What is permitted development? Permitted development rights are a set of rules that allow you to make certain changes to your property without the need for planning permission. These rights are granted by Parliament and are outlined in the Town and Country Planning, General Permitted Development, England, Order 2015. The main aim of permitted development rights is to make it easier for businesses to adapt to changing consumer needs, promote the sustainable reuse of buildings, and facilitate the delivery of more homes quickly. However, it's important to note that not all changes are covered by permitted development rights. Are permitted development rights restricted? While permitted development rights provide flexibility, there are certain designated areas where these rights are restricted. These areas include conservation areas, national parks, areas of outstanding natural beauty, World Heritage Sites, and the Norfolk or Suffolk Broads. Additionally, local councils can issue Article 4 directions, which remove specific permitted development rights in certain areas to preserve the character of those areas. It's essential to check with your local council to understand any restrictions that may apply to your property. Domestic permitted development rights for house extensions. Now let's talk about house extensions. Under Part 1 Class A of the General Permitted Development Order, you can pursue single-story rear extensions, double-story rear extensions, and single-story side extensions without planning permission in most cases. There are certain limitations and conditions to follow, such as the depth and height of the extension, the appearance of materials used, and restrictions on side elevations facing highways or the principal elevation of the house. Prior approval for domestic house extensions. If you're planning a larger extension beyond the limits allowed by permitted development rights, you'll need to apply for prior approval. This involves submitting an application with detailed information about your proposal, including its impact on neighboring properties. The council will consult with neighboring properties for a period of 21 days. If no objections are raised, the council will consider whether the impact on neighboring properties is acceptable. It's important to note that prior approval applications are less rigorous than full planning applications but still require some level of assessment. Other householders' permitted development rights. In addition to extensions, most householders have the right to build loft conversions, porches, and outbuildings under permitted development rights. However, it's crucial to understand the specific limitations and conditions that apply to each type of development. Prior approval for developers. For property developers, there are also prior approval rights available for certain types of changes. These include office to residential conversions under Class MA. However, it's important to meet specific criteria and address issues such as transport impacts, contamination risks, flood risks, noise impacts, and conservation area impacts. Prior approval applications for developers also involve a consultation period with neighbors. It's worth noting that councils can only consider issues mentioned in Class MA legislation and not all factors typically considered in a full planning application. Recent changes. In recent years, there have been expansions in prior approval rights allowing for additional stories on existing buildings. However, these rights come with more stringent criteria and considerations. Councils have the power to assess the appearance of the building in its context and exercise subjective judgment during the decision-making process. Conclusion. And there you have it. A comprehensive overview of permitted development and prior approval. Remember, while these rights offer flexibility, it's crucial to understand the limitations and conditions that apply to your specific situation and consult with your local council before making any changes. We hope you found this video helpful. If you have any further questions or need assistance with your property plans, feel free to reach out to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content on property and construction. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Create It Studio Architects. Get your project started today.